live on fucking YouTube yet again.
Whoop,
I'm
whoop. I go and
I'm
find your channel here.
oh don't go on my channel, man. It's fucking we don't need to be watching that. But yeah, I'm joined today by Scooby Doom and OG Wan.
Uh,
Uh, it's in
Yep.
the it's in the smelliest part of YouTube called the Truther community. Treach has just joined the stream as well.
Do I
And
look
if I
like
could
I
fucking
give a...
walk.
Supposed to be
Okay.
two F's on the end of that,
Yeah, just
Freddy.
make sure you're not as dumb as me and actually pause or mute your YouTube feed so you don't get that
Yeah,
shit going down.
yeah, it's done.
Right. Yeah. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon or evening, depending on what part of the flat earth you're tuning in from.
Hey, internet friends.
Hey, internet friends, don't mind my symmetry porn. It's not what you think. So, what's going on, guys? How are we all doing today?
yeah, good.
Hey, what's going on? Just got back.
Yeah,
Got
taking
back
over.
from the store, did you? Yesterday was I'll just start things off. Yesterday was a very interesting day. I had heard from a um, a, a person named Danny from the Dragon's Den, and she left a couple comments on my thing, and then I talked to Treach, and Treach has actually worked with Danny for quite a while, and the same people that we are looking at, as we call them, the All Stars, were Danny used to be involved with what they do on the Hive Anon. And once they had a falling out, the same people that are doxing us and calling us all sorts of fucking hideous names and shit, they did the same thing to Danny. So I thought it would be a good idea to bring her on the show. This being a just a show done by some fucking rube named Freddie from Canada. Um, I didn't see any harm. I saw. This show's about exposing information. It's up to people to take the information that we show or that I show and to fucking look into it. But yesterday there was a huge swell of people in the comments section saying, "I don't trust this chick. I don't do this. I don't do that." Um, we all got gut instincts, but we need to slow our roll and sometimes look at the person and look at their body of work before jumping to these kind of conclusions. And yeah, so anyways, she's dropped links to their stuff in the comment section of the video that we did that I posted, and it's where it's at now. There's lots of hate, lots of distrust in this community, as there always have been, right? So yeah, it is what it is, right? We're just fucking people here, and we're showing. This whole thing started because of the groomer and then the pedophile and the truther community that no one was doing anything about. So we started making videos showing the people that fucking hid them and continue to support them. And yeah, blah blah woof woof. Here we are today, and we thought we would get together and discuss yesterday and discuss some other stuff as we always do. And if you'll excuse me, I have to backtrack into my analytics because OG is on his other channel, and I want to mod that other channel. So I will be back in a moment.
So, yes, folks, Scooby here. Things got a little bit messy yesterday. It was never supposed to happen on Wake's channel. That interview, because Wake had no idea, no insight, or no prior knowledge of what was going on. Not really sure why he insisted in going live and invited her to his live stream when he had no knowledge of what he was going to be talking about. After I joined because Well, I remember how things were with that girl Jenny. Now, whether that girl Jenny was a fraud or fake or real or whatever isn't really the point. The point is that, there's a certain way to talk to people and treat people, especially when you're, trying to get delicate information from them or talk about a delicate subject. You know, slamming them, being condescending and critical, etc., is just not the way to go. And I felt that that would have happened last night if I hadn't went on the stream. So that is exactly why I was on the stream. And as the stream started off, it was very, very messy. It was all over the place. I tried to get some control of it and slow it down a bit and get just questions at a time so the chat could follow it, because at that point nobody was following it and it was a bit messy, Nobody knew where anything was coming from. So, I was trying to get it back on track, but I kept on getting interrupted. So basically now, the people that are in this chat now are the people that I'm going to be dealing with. And on a personal level, as to going forward on how to what's the word? Bring the attention of what the old star YouTubers are doing. Yesterday's interview was basically nothing more than to show that other groups of people who are trying to out pedophiles, etc., are being treated with, contempt, really, being ignored, being slandered, being attacked and doxxed for doing the same as what we're doing. Some of us have been doxxed, some of us have been had copyright strikes, etc. And we just wanted to show that there's other people out there who are experiencing the very same thing as us, and get out what they had to say and what their experience was. In the process of that, we seem to we've lost Wake now, so we have. He will no longer be affiliated with us as we go forward with this.
Yeah, I didn't mean to leave you out there stranded, Scooby. I'm about to join in. I'm trying to finish the sandwich real quick. Sorry.
No, that's fine. If anybody has any questions there they would like to ask away, and I will try and answer.
What did you have for breakfast? There's a question.
Breakfast. I didn't have breakfast, but I did have a double quarter pounder burger and a portion of onion rings there at dinner time. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Corey, you're right. Scoob is a very insightful man, and unlike me and most of the other humanity that I surround myself with, he just kind of I react quite heavy and quite quick, man. So it's always nice to have a guy like Scoob around.
We can all react. We've all got our own triggers. Like from what I've seen going on over the past week or so, more or less from me making a phone call to Nathan about his show, and then after that, there was various people in his live stream at the time who witnessed it. And after that, myself, Freddie, and OG made a video showing it, what was happening. And I mean, I don't believe anybody could have went away from watching that video without feeling like Nathan was protecting a paedophile. That was basically or sex offender, whatever. you want to call it. He was protecting him, and he was playing down, and almost he was going to say he believes that Totoshini was set up, but he stopped himself halfway through it. So I mean, after those videos went out exposing exactly what this is and what these people are, I'll be honest with you, I was a bit disheartened to see some of the people who were in my comment sections and Freddie's and OJ's comment section, giving us a thumbs up, saying good job, glad somebody's outing these people for what they are, etc., etc., etc. And then, the next time Nathan done a live stream, those people were in his live stream talking away, And I find that a bit disheartening because you're inadvertently supporting, whether or not you're against him, but you're still supporting the guy if you're in his live stream and taking part. And I kind of feel like, a line's been drawn now. We know exactly what these people are. We know what they're doing. We know what they're protecting. We know they're begging for money all the time while they're claim to be investigating. And when other channels come up and try and bring them information, they attack them, because that's exactly what we've experienced. We've been attacked. We've been called all the names under the sun. And for all of us that are doing this, we're just ordinary people. Like, every one of you is in this flipping chat now. We all drive down the road. We all go and get our own shopping. We're just ordinary people. And when you're being confronted by people calling you all the names of the sun, it can be a bit. Well, let's say you go through a range of emotion about it all. And it's the same whenever you get people who are kind of like cheerleading you on, encouraging you, and then you see them doing the same thing with the other guy that we've outed, and it's...
It's interesting you was talking about that. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but Demonetized Patriot just put out a video yesterday, I think it was. Man, it echoed the same thing that you're talking about, about these people covering for him and excusing them, and oh sure, he says he was set up or he was framed. Doesn't 99% of every person that gets accused of something, isn't that the go-to? You know what I mean? So of course, I would say 99% of pedophiles would say that, I was framed if they were accused of doing something. It doesn't mean that they were actually framed.
Isn't it? If you go into any prison, fucking, there's only 10% will admit that they've done any crime. The rest of them are all innocent. With Demonetized Patriot, I mean, I had a bit of a Barney with him on the live stream. I'm one of these people, you kind of make an idiot of me once, that's it, I'm done. But I mirrored his, despite me having my difference with him, I mirrored his video because his message was right on point. It was truthful, and I couldn't have said it better myself. So, as much as I might not get on with certain people in this community, etc., when I have the message that is actually honest and truthful, I will put it out there.
I'm just going to link his video now.
There's
Moazzi asked a question. When did they find out about Dave T? And that's the thing, man. They're never going to tell us when. They could have known about him when he had 30,000 subs instead of the now up to 17,000 subs that he has. So we don't know. They're never going to fucking tell us when they figured out Dave. In my opinion, means nothing because it would just be speculation. So why even speculate? The reality is that they did know about him and they didn't expose the guy.
I think we're going to more or less prove that they've known since the gunk thing, can't we? Because that's around the time that Honeybee mentioned it in somebody else's stream. It was a live stream, wasn't it?
When I fucking I think I hit her up in the gunk comment section. I was like, "Honeybee, what the fuck are you doing? This guy's a groomer." And she was like, "Oh, he's not as bad as David T or whatever the fuck she said, right?" And Net for Truth. And I was just like, "Who the fuck is that? Never heard of the guy before." And that's when we looked into him and all the paper on him. So it's like, you know, if we can't fucking expose people with paper on them, that especially for as heinous as what that guy fucking did, smash the shit out of your devices right now. We're not allowed to share that kind of information with, you know, people that are supporting this guy, thinking he's some sort of fucking, you know, some truth. Dude, it just blows me away. I don't know. I just posted a link for his take on what Nathan did.
If he's in there, I'd like to have him on, man.
No, there's nobody coming on. No traits. End of story.
Yeah, not on this one. This is just us today.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, like yesterday, you know, it all gets it's just wild though. Like fucking, we're all supposed to be critical thinkers, and yeah, everyone can have their opinion on everybody, but at least fucking look at someone, what they've done, and you know, like fuck, man, it was just wild, man. I just looked at the comment section. I was just like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's going on? And you know, I don't know. Like when Rufus Cat came on this show during the 8-hour stream of Palooza, you know, he touched on some really insightful shit about like government infiltration into any sort of movement and into online shit especially, and all the rest. And I'm not calling anybody a fucking agent shill scumbag or anything, but I'm saying like that is a thing, that there are so many of the people that we are dealing with in comment sections every day that Nathan would call them bots, but I call them like actual fucking, they're agents, I guess, fucking people that may or may not work for the government, but you see the flip flop and you see like, holy shit, there's a drop of blood in the water. Here comes the sharks. And it was pretty telling comment section yesterday, right? Like you just see the fucking, they just wait for you, and then you fucking, the whole idea was to, hey, look, here's a whole other organization that's been doxxed by fucking Titus and his merry band of cutthroat fucking YouTube all-stars. And they have the fucking proof, right? They've got actual conversations with them, with these guys fucking, yeah, we doxed you. Fuck you guys. And it's like, whoa, these are truthers here. These are the guys that are supposed to all be on the same side, exposing like pedos and everything else. It was very eye-opening. Like, in my weird-ass way that I look at the world, I am totally grateful for every fucking comment that I've got on those videos and what I saw in the live chat, because it just made me fucking go, wow, man. Whatever, when Rufus was talking about the people that are gonna fucking wrap their arms around you as they're sliding a knife in your back, fucking the guy's spot on, man. He's seen this shit for a lot longer than I have.
Well, to add to what you're saying, if any of these people that question Danny and her motives and what she does, all they have to do is visit her Twitter page and see that she never changes, she never falters, she never changes her tune or backtracks. She works every day doing the same damn thing, and it's evident in her timeline. It's evident in her daily activity. But these people choose to just be contrarians and cynical instead of checking before they start calling her bad names and trying to mislead other people into disbelieving her before they have a chance to really hear her out. You know, the work proves itself if you just look into their actions and their daily activities before you start trying to call them out, because that just makes you look like a fool, as far as I'm concerned.
Well,
I'd like Lady Court to explain her comment she just made in the comment section.
I would say it's maybe more to do with what went on over at Wake's stream first before yours. I mean, I wasn't able to participate.
And to be clear on that, what happened there, I was doing errands, picking up stuff and dropping stuff off and whatnot. And yeah, by the time I got back there, I didn't see, like, I saw maybe 3 minutes of Wake's stream. and I know Wake enough to know that and I was watching the comments he was posting as people was talking, and I knew exactly the road that that stream was going to go down, right? So I fucking jumped on there and said, well, this is fucking bullshit. And you know what? In retrospective, like hindsight's always 2020. I should have waited a day before putting anyone on my show yesterday, just because I think there was a lots of emotion and shit that didn't need to be in that stream last night, and it felt funky to me. But now I'm going to get back to Lady Court. I can't with some of these around here.
I think I understand what you're
trust
saying.
my gut instinct. Like, well, I don't know, but you're an anonymous human being in a comment section. What do you mean you can't with some of these people around? If you got something to say, Lady Court, say what you're gonna say, man. It's like, you know, how hard is it to fucking type your feelings into a chat?
I don't think she's being rude, Freddie. I think
just like
saying, pretty much what we say about YouTube and stuff. You know what I mean? You've always got to be wary about who you're talking to and stuff. You know? It's just that will always serve you a good purpose if you're always a bit wary of people. You know, instead of just same with all of us.
Yeah, well, we all learn, right?
Yeah, but I don't think she's being rude at all by that, Freddie. I
saw
a comment a while ago saying how much she likes us. So,
I'm not thinking she's being rude either. I just want, if you're going to make a comment that actually says next to nothing, you know, it's just like, just say your comment. What do you got? There's nothing to be worried about. I'm not picking on you. I'm not doing nothing. But you're like, oh, gee, be careful. It's like, what the fuck, man? Just say what you mean.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's anything to do with us, Freddie.
I'm not saying nothing. I just want people to say what's on their mind, man. That's why I do this shit.
Yeah.
I want to say that, I mean, not trying to dissuade anybody from sharing vital information that everybody should know, but you got to understand, you get on the internet, you type in a single word, you're being tracked, you're being logged. Everything that you do it's being watched. There's not a safe room. There's not a safe place to go on the internet to share information. Okay, that's all there is to it. If you're on the internet, you're being watched, you're being logged, you're being recorded, and that's all there is to it.
Is it the only place to go on the internet that's safe? The dark web. That's the safe space for you. If it's a shame YouTube wouldn't give it to us a dark web page, so we could chat an hour. But I mean, ultimately, look, what kind of annoyed me about last night, and I actually wasn't able to watch the chat whenever I was talking with Danny. As I said, I did hear the condescending questioning from Wake. And I didn't realize he was then, commenting in the chat room as well and kind of winding people up. Maybe he was repeating what somebody else said, but whenever you're a channel and you've brought somebody on as a guest, and then you're then in the chat room running that guest down and questioning that guest as if to say, what the fuck? I mean, that's like me saying in the chat room now, listen, fucking Freddie's a fucking prick, man. You can't trust this guy. He's fucking, don't fucking blah, blah. You'd be like, what the fuck? And that whole thing last night got sketchy, got all disrupted because of what Wake did. End of story. What he started doing, now, Freddie interrupted it. The stream was ended and tried to correct things. And last night, while I didn't get to participate in the stream, with Danny the second time, I did watch it over twice along with the chat replays, and I saw what everybody was saying. And the stream seemed to go, from my point of view, from the actual chat itself between Freddie and Danny and Tretch was quite good. The information there was good. Whenever things weren't answered correctly, it was rectified and whatnot. And then towards the end, Wake comes on and it all gets fucking messed up again. Now, that was my interpretation. Then I was watching the chat and I seen what people were saying in the chat. I don't really want to pick on anybody individually, but I'll pick on reality 1, 2, 3, because all he wanted to talk about was freaking she's a Trump supporter, she's this, make America great. He kept on feeding and feeding. Now, second time round, nobody was biting, and I got a feeling that that's because it was Freddie's show more than Wake's. And Freddie wasn't participating in the chat to the way Wake did in his. If Freddie had went in the chat and carried on the way Wake was, last night would have been an absolute nightmare. And at the end of the day, we didn't bring Danny on to try and discredit her. All we were trying to do was to find out her experience from trying to reach out to Honeybee, Titus Frost, and then obviously this Anon Hive thing gets involved with it. But that ultimately is what we were trying to do. Find out what was going on. So share somebody else's experience, because we know there's something going on with this group of people. We know they may not be an MCN, Disney style, but there's certainly a network of people that are all working together, and it's all about getting money. There may be some people working there actually trying to do the right thing, but it's certainly not coming out the way people expect it to. And when you realize that they're not willing to report on real sex offenders that are hiding among us, then you ask questions. And that's ultimately what we've done. We're asking questions, and we'll speak to anybody who has tried to reach out to these channels and they've been given the cold shoulder and the door's been shut in their face. We'll talk to anybody, and it's not to try and build sides. It's to get the information out there so everybody can take it in and make an opinion, an actual informed opinion then on what's going on, rather than guesswork, and rather than me sitting just telling you all what you want to hear. That Danny was not perfect by no means. She's just an ordinary person. She's a mother too. You know, she's a young lady too as well. So I mean, she's not perfect, you know, by any means. But the girl's out there trying.
That was her first time being on a live stream too.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but see, the point is, Trish, she's out there trying to do things that other people that were in the comment section last night wouldn't even dream of doing, wouldn't even think of doing it, wouldn't even want to do it, have no interest in doing it. But this girl was, and they're quite happy to sit there and laugh at her and friggin' mock her and all the rest of it, when ultimately all that girl is trying to do is protect other people, protect her own children and other people's children. So
and that's
that on that.
That's why I've taken her back and why I go to bat for her, because I know her. I know several other people that they put time in every day doing the same thing. And to be attacked and be made fun of by people that do not put time in, they don't do any of this work. And they put out a video maybe once a month and expect people to give them life support, and so they can travel around and act like they're not doing anything. They're regurgitating the same stories. And I think Freddie wanted to kind of touch on this. They're regurgitating the same stories that we've reported on over a year ago, and we've got proof of this stuff.
There's time-stamped shit that has to do with fucking voodoo donuts or whatever the next bullshit thing is. This shit is fucking over a year old, and these creative geniuses that are the all-stars, and when I say all-stars, I'm not just talking about pizza gators. I'm talking about fucking YouTube personalities, right? This shit's been out there for over a year. These guys have played out their money fucking shit with Q, with fucking Pizzagate, with everything else. Now it's Voodoo Donuts. This shit is old. These guys are not researchers. They're regurgitators. So that's what I got to say about that.
The thing that annoys me about the whole thing is if you have an organisation of people that claim to, you know, I know not all of them claim to stop claim to be involved in Save the Kids. I know not all of them claim that. I know like Random Ransom, Riot and Titus Frost, all they are is sort of, you know, they see themselves as truthers, but what they are, they're just people with big egos. I think they just like being on camera a lot, and you know, I think if their hearts are in the right place, they'd be covering something worthwhile. But the thing that annoys me with this thing about the honeybee and stuff is like, if she's actually doing stuff like this, right, going out and saving kids and stuff, where's her credentials? Where's her, like, you know, when you're a policeman, you get a badge, don't you? So where's her badge to say that she's part of this organisation that's legally allowed to fucking go into people's businesses and their lives, search into their lives, find out and stuff? Who does she work for? Who does she work for? The police? Is she a private investigator? Like, all these questions that I have asked you, because I just think, well, if you was like, you'd be on private contracts if you was a private investigator. So you'd be taking up private contracts of actual cases and going out and dealing with them. You wouldn't be on YouTube begging for money, saying, "Oh, you know, I'm a sleuth, I'm a private investigator, whatever. I do this stuff. I need money to be funded." If you was that good at your job and you had all the credentials to say that you was actually, you passed a training course to be a private investigator or something, then you wouldn't need people to give you donations. You'd have actual contracts. People would hire you to do jobs. So, you know, I think my kids are being held by the CPS for some reason. "Oh, honeybee, I'm going to hire you. Can you dig into this for me and find out, like, if I've got any, like, cases to answer?" You know, and it's just strange that all these people that go on stuff like Lift the Veil and having that David Sherter guy on there, from what I've seen of him lately, covering it from one of my videos.
Oh, he's a disgusting piece of shit.
But how do these people not research these shows that they're going on? They're just going on any old show. It's because it's all for promotion. Like, surely they should know that people, that they've had some proper dodgy guests on there on Lift the Veil. And like, back against all this Voodoo Donuts business and Macaulay Culkin and all that. Like, when I was in when I started researching pizza 8 years ago, when it first came out, that all came out like around the same time as like Comic Pizza and all that sort of thing. So that's years old. All that Voodoo Donuts and that. Like Freddie was saying before, and Trey, just regurgitating old news for you know, this stuff came out about a year and a half ago. It would create a little buzz. Within a month, everyone forgot about it, and now they're just recycling the stories. And, it's embarrassing, man.
Well, I'll give you a bit of an answer to that. Why OG1, Honeybee, etc., are going down the road they are. You're right, they're not professional investigators, they're not the police. When she talks about building a case and having evidence, and she can't disclose this because it might hurt, blah, 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 the case and all this crap. I mean, I kind of just, what? You know, seriously? Because who should, unless she's taking civil action, which I doubt very much. But the thing is, these people target famous people, public figures, because anybody who is a public figure is fair game. You know, they can't defend themselves the way me and you could defend ourselves. You know, we can take them to court, we can do this, we can do that there. Whereas when it comes to a politician, when it comes to police, when it comes to all these officials, they don't get the same. They don't get the same rights as what we do. They have to more or less sit there and take it, and that's why you don't get rebuttals. You know, people come out and say, fucking, you know, them Wikipedia or wiki fucking email shit that come out. Nobody's ever denied them. Why would they deny them? Why would anybody come out and deny them? Why would anybody come out and say, "Oh yeah, they're my emails"? I mean, look, at the end of the day, that whole fucking charade. I used to fucking believe in Wiki and the whole Assange thing, but whenever the emails actually dropped, I was expecting to see the 30,000 emails over fucking Benghazi. That's what I was expecting to see. That's what I was looking for. I thought we're finally going to get the fucking something that's going to freaking nail her, but we didn't, and we're not going to ever get them. And the whole email thing was set up to release these emails about Pizzagate.
That's what I was talking about with you earlier. I gave up on the idea of the Clintons being indicted, Podesta, you know, all of them. They're never going to fucking, nothing's ever going to happen. After I watched, you know, Hillary getting questioned in front of the tribunal herself, and every question, her answer was, "I cannot recall," or "I don't remember." You know what I mean? And then when her associates and the people that were actually taking hammers, they destroyed these computers with hammers. And I don't know if people really know that, but they literally went in, broke these computers up, went into the hard drives and bashed them with hammers. And they were asked this in front of Congress, and their answer was, I do not recall. And they walk off scot-free. Now, you, me, anyone else gets called in front of Congress and we refuse to answer questions, or we laugh at them and we kind of giggle and say, oh, I just can't recall, we go to jail. We get held in contempt of court until we decide to tell our story and give them what they want. So that's when I gave up on there ever really being any vindication over Pizzagate and those emails. When, you know, and the Clintons were never held accountable for all those documents they were supposed to supply. The Clinton Foundation never supplied any of those documents. They still drag their heels about it, and nothing is ever done. So I agree with you, Scooby. It does not, for me, it does not discredit Pizzagate. It doesn't discredit what we found and the information that we found. I just don't feel like anything will ever come of it. And I gave up on that idea some time ago.
Well, yeah, the guys that are running the show are not going to get in trouble from the show, right? The fucking people that make our laws and the fucking invade other countries, they're not going to get in trouble for this shit. It's only obvious. But the thing that I got my issue with the WikiLeaks dumps and all the rest of it is, I don't know, man. It just seems to me that if you look at the body of work, yeah, there's some pretty wild shit there, but there's also a lot of shit that they will never fucking touch. And that points to the guys that they're not allowed to say bad shit against, which is Israel for one, and Israel being probably one of the, if not the capstone of this whole fucking system, with the amount of, like, they're behind everybody's banks. They're behind, they've, you know, the technology and shit. They're behind 5G, for fuck's sakes. They're behind everything. Like, you can point at everything, right? But we're not allowed to fucking go, oh, Israel's this, Israel's that. We're not allowed to name the Jew, as they say, because, you know, we're just not. And WikiLeaks is run by Israel, or at least a huge part of it, because they don't say anything bad about it. And then you get into the Pizzagate dump and all that shit. And if people can't see, like, okay, guess what? I know about what happened in the UK. I know about what's fucking happened in my own country. I know about Hester and what's happening. It's fucking everywhere. It's everywhere. I'm not saying that there isn't fucking truth in elite pedophiles and fucking, you know, doing all sorts of inhuman shit to kids and people. It happens every second of the day with a bomb dropping too.
Well, it stems back to even in the Bible when they had
the thing is, Treach, the thing is that the Pizzagate was it did exactly what it was meant to do, was to make Donald Trump a touch more palatable compared to Hillary Clinton. That way, when he got selected and placed into that office to act for 4 to 8 years as the president of the United States, it was always like, oh, it doesn't matter what kind of a bad job he is doing or how many bombs he's dropping, which is immense.
Oh, I completely agree.
Because it's better than fucking Hillary being in there.
I completely agree, and I fell for the trap too. But
we all did.
I was a Bernie supporter, and that's kind of what changed my life and started changing my mind and evolving me into the mind frame that I'm at now. Because when Bernie threw his support towards Hillary, after knowing that the DNC colluded against him, he had all right to take that position and stand there and say, nope, this was mine. I earned it. You know what I mean? And he could have ran independent. And at that point, that's when I really started questioning. I mean, you're right, dude. I'm not going to sit here and act like I support Donald Trump, because I never cared for him as a president either. But when it came down to the two, of course, the choice is clear. You know what I mean? But, it's a dog and pony show. The president, in my eyes, doesn't really make the major moves. And there's larger plans at work that have been here since, like I was about to say, from, the Mayan times when they were sacrificing babies back then. That stuff never ended. It still continues. And, it's our government that's doing it. And it didn't matter whether Hillary, Trump, or Bernie made it in. They're still going to practice those rituals on certain nights of the year, and and they're still going to feel like that they get power and fame and money from doing those rituals.
Yeah, well, it's Yeah, the guys that I don't know, man, call me a conspiratard, everyone does, but the way that I look at the system that fucking rules over us, man, I don't see any different than any monarchy or anything that I've ever looked at through history. The few will always be empowered over the many because, like it's the way it's always been. And the current agendas I see on YouTube are just going to throttle it back to where they can really control it so that this show would not be possible with four people that can speak their minds openly and freely and not getting shit. And that's like when I had my open stream shows and guys come in and they just say fucking Jew this and fucking Jew that. Well, guess what? In my country, man, I can't fucking say that. I can't go against fucking tons of religions here because we are fucking controlled.
I was saying,
Men,
I was saying something about this the other day to somebody, how you know, the white privilege thing, and I don't know if y'all are familiar with that, but white privilege is a huge thing around here, and I kind of agreed to it to a point that white people kind of get overlooked and black people are scrutinized more often than.
I'm native. I agree. Fuck whitey.
But the thing is he kind of threw me off there. You really did. I lost my train of thought.
Sorry, I'm bad like that. But we can. Someone's talking about Bernie in the chat. There, tequila is and stuff, and there's a channel out there, and I don't trust anyone anymore. I've learned enough about these YouTube creators that I fucking don't trust anybody. And it's okay if you guys don't trust me, but this chick from Vermont, her channel's Cabin Talk, and she's had like Oli Demigard on and fucking Dwayne whatever from the Skywatcher shit, the chemtrail guy, and she's had all these fucking people on there when she really didn't have that big of a channel. So that already kind of perks your fucking ears up when you're looking at this person. But she was really a big Bernie supporter, and she was in the convention to like say, oh, Hillary or Bernie, they're going to be the ones doing the shit, right? And she fucking hung out and paid attention, and she's got very good reports on watching Bernie sell right the fuck out, because there are no Bernie or anybody else. They're fucking politicians for a reason, and that's because they're controlled or whatever. But you don't get to that level of anything, and this goes for Ron Paul too. You don't think Ron Paul is fucking controlled? You don't think it's all fucking controlled, man?
That's what I wanted to get back to. You was talking about the Jew bashing and this and that. Just because there's what is it, down to 0.03% of the people in the world own 70% of the wealth, something ridiculous. It's not even a 1% anymore. It's been less than 1% for a long time. The point of what I was trying to get at is, yes, those 0.03% of people that make up 0.03% of the population on Earth, they do own most of the wealth. And yes, most of those people are white and Jewish. Does that mean that all white people are rich? That all Jewish people are rich? No. Does it mean that all Jewish people are in a conspiracy and are Jesuits or what is it, the faction of the Zionists? It doesn't mean that all Jews are Zionists. You know what I mean? You're talking about 0.03% of the world's of the world's population owns everything. The Queen owns 70% of land on the earth. Just because they are white European or Jews own most of the media, it does in my eyes, it does not tarnish the Jews at all. You know what I mean? Because they do not they don't represent every single Jew, just like the rich white people don't represent every white person. Most people are poor. 99 point something percent of people on Earth are poor. So that's including most white people as well. You know what I'm saying? And Jews. So I just don't get the rhetoric when you start throwing race in, because we're all human beings. That's point blank. We're all human beings. None of us chose what family we were born into. None of us chose any of that shit. It's just what we choose to do with our lives that reflect our character and all that. So I'll stop.
Well, see, here's one of the most preposterous things I find about governments and elections and prime ministers, presidents, and all that garbage, right? You know, you start a campaign, you build your campaign around certain things, you know, oh, you're going to boost the economy, you want to bring more jobs and all that stuff, right? You win. So you're sitting there, you're the president or you're the prime minister or whatever any country wants to call it, and you start your work in progress. But, you know, most countries, it's like a 4-year progress, you know, stint you have before there's another election called. And those 4 years, really, it isn't a long time to get anything done, to really see much of an improvement, you know. So what governments tend to do is they tend to try and fast track it, you know, and make it look like things are better than what they are. But the actual fact is, it takes time. I mean, it could maybe take a generation to get most people's country. In fact, the way countries are now, the state of politics, it would take an entire, you know, political party to be in control for at least a generation before you would start to see, you know, a real effect in people's positive effect in everyday life. And the way it works is their 4 years is up. They haven't had a real chance to friggin' implement what they need to implement. And there's an election and people aren't happy, and then somebody else gets in and they do 4 years, and it's the same cycle. Or maybe they get the 8 years. But even at the end of the 8 years, you know, you're just about making headway, or you're just kind of starting to get things together, depending on what the agenda is. And to me, it just feels like the way the system is set up in most of these countries, mine and yours included, the Americans and the Canadians, is that it's to constantly keep the turnover of turmoil. That you never get a chance to put things right. And that's the way it feels to me. It just all seems like an absolute joke. But other issues, you know, you'll like freaking going to war doesn't seem to be a problem. But getting all the other things, etc., in place, it's such a lengthy process to try and get this right, to try and get things built up. You know, it's like a freaking it's like a garden, you know what I mean? You sow your seeds, but they don't come up straight away. And then fucking weeds go around them, and you have to weed them out. And it can take a couple of years for a garden to really freaking, you know, start to show its bloom, and your work really starting to show through that it's paid off. But if you're constantly changing things up every freaking spring, you know, your garden's never going to get anywhere. It's never going to look like the finished article that like you dream about, or you know. And that's the way freaking politics is for me. But it's always the same people involved, and these people, they're just a merry-go-round. They know all this, you know, and it's just a show for everybody. They take their wages, they get their wee backhanders. You vote for this, and we'll take care of you. You know, your nephew will get a job, such and such, and that's all it is. It's just like an old boys' club. You know, the same idea as what the Masons are. You know, it's all an inside lark, basically. And that's my feelings about that. The whole.
I completely agree with you, Scoob.
You know, hey, when was Danny's doxing? When was yours? You put in the chat that yours was a couple of months ago.
I'm not good with time and space. I can go back and find out. If there's not a date on that post that I shared, I believe there should be a date of when I've apologized. So it was, you know, I've still got this same account when that happened. I'm sure I can go back and find it. It's just been a month or two ago.
And did you do anything before? Like what brought that all on, in your opinion?
I did a video. I was invited by an anonymous group to do an anonymous video on Zuckerberg, and I did. It's when Zuckerberg was questioned by the Congress or whatever. I did an anonymous video for them, And immediately I did a 3-part series for the Dragon's Den, and I was consequently attacked immediately after uploading those 3. And so that would be a good look at my YouTube. And whenever I uploaded the 3 Dragon's Den videos and the Zuckerberg video, that's within a week or 2 after uploading those is when I started getting attacked. And the attacks lasted for it seems maybe 2 or 3 weeks before they finally left me alone. Then I might have gotten the message from Hive a week or 2 after that apologizing.
Oh, Danny's back in the chat then. She says, Hive about 3 months ago, me 5 months ago. And
okay, that sounds about right.
So more people, Danny, you can answer this in the chat, more people from the Dragon's Den than just you and Treach got doxed or what? There's a delay. Let's fill it in with music, elevator music. So yeah, well, it's
initially I didn't even think Titus had anything to do with it, but what was funny is Titus messaged me with his regular account, and there's messages on my YouTube to prove it, where he was concerned why I was getting attacked, and he was kind of taking my back sort of half-passedly or whatever, which was strange because later on I found out that Titus and Hive were the same person. And there you go, So that stuff. I'll go ahead and say that because I can definitely fucking prove that shit, and I challenge Titus Frost to come in here and debate me on that.
That would be an interesting debate. I know he won't debate me because he's sensitive and he doesn't want me to call him a fucking goof. But yeah, that would be an interesting thing for Titus to actually talk to someone other than me.
Also, if anybody
talk to him at this point.
Also, if anybody missed the live stream earlier, I'm pretty sure it was live stream earlier. It might have been last night's. I actually took the screen and showed you where Titus Frost himself commented, talking crap on the dragons and boosting the Hive in a comment. You know what I mean? So there's just so many strange coincidences that tie them together. Not to mention all the posts that he has with Hive hashtagged to his posts. So he sure promotes them a lot if he's not the one that orchestrated it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's I looked at that one fucking video where they were supporting Honeybee when she was allegedly getting I don't know, apparently she had been doxxed, her number was released, and I don't know, Laz dragged me in there saying he was defending us and all this shit. Why aren't I defending him from China? But yeah, it was just kind of weird that I got pulled. I never even knew the fucking Hive existed. Never heard of them before. Don't even give a fuck if they're doing good work. Great. If they're a bunch of scumbags, fuck them. But I got pulled in there by Laz, which I don't know, man. As soon as there's just been a lot of weird fucking pulling this way, pulling that way, It's just been a very weird, month and a half, and I'm quite interested from the next attack or pull, because to me it's all funny. And OG, we had a discussion earlier, and it was like we're getting pulled off target here by expanding into anything. And OG didn't understand that the whole Dragon's Den thing, where OG wasn't around yesterday, so he didn't really understand what was going on, right? And again, the whole reason why I wanted Danny on there was because she had been attacked by Titus. And I think, I'm not I'm not some talking head from NBC. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on here. I'm just a guy talking. And it could have been done a lot better. And it is what it is, right?
Can I take the screen real quick?
Just stumbling along, right?
Can I take the screen real quick?
Yeah, let me get back there. Hold on a second. I'm off on another couple of screens here. Yeah, the screen is yours, sir.
All right, give me a second.
Got something to say, OG?
Can everybody see this?
What's Lady Cocktail saying? I think saying she asked us a question or saying, but we're
I can't hear you.
In the live chat, Lady Cocktail's asking a question or something. I think she's saying she's being ignored. No, what question it is? I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here's Titus Frost, one of his comments to me 2 months ago. Glad everything was sorted out. Blah, blah, blah. Thanks for standing against this evil. So he was commenting on me being attacked and whether or not I was making money off these videos. And he was basically coming at me as Titus Frost saying, oh, it's okay that you're making money from videos. I do too. You shouldn't be ashamed of it. And I messaged him back, no, that's not what I'm here for. I'm not trying to make money for my videos. I'm trying to spread the truth and spread awareness. That's what I'm here for. And so this was his response here while I was being attacked by the Hive. You know what I mean? And I had no idea that Titus Frost and the Hive were the same. So
I didn't know either. What's
Can y'all see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
It's on the screen now.
Make sure everybody gets a good gander.
Screenshot now.
That's Titus Frost. You know what I mean? In the midst of me being attacked. Yeah, I could probably dig up some more if, I cared to, but, how much proof and how much shit do we got to share with people before they realize that something's not right? You know what I mean?
Well, you'd think that question has been raised and it should be spread all over the internet. Why fucking researchers that are going against pedophiles and other children's sex crimes are hiding and fucking supporting said groomers and pedophiles? It's like, if that should be it, man. We should be able to drop the mic and let everyone else fucking look into it. But then, that one Pizzagate All-Star leads to another, that leads to Lift the Veil, that leads to this freaking thing is immense as far as I'm concerned.
Well, and the thing, sorry to interrupt you, their reason for attacking me, they thought that I was monetizing those Dragon's Den videos. No, they were copyrighted because I used actual, tools, music. I used actual, actual songs in those videos. And so those videos are monetized or copyrighted, and the people that own that music may be making money off of those videos. That's why the initial attack came on, because they thought I was monetizing my videos, and I've never monetized my YouTube channel at all.
But sure, they all make money. Titus Frost makes money off this. Rand makes money off this. Honeybee. They all make money off this.
Lady Court is wondering. Sorry to interrupt, but Lady Court is wondering who these people are that go on the dark web and do this and do that. They're not going on the dark web. They're finding this shit on Twitter. They're finding this shit with
the dark web.
And when they see the shit, then they pass it on to guys, like was stated yesterday in the show. They pass it on with guys with enough tech and skills to fucking to go into these people's Twitter accounts, backtrack who's following them, and get to some pretty heinous fucking people. Like, that's what they're doing. These guys aren't going on the dark web with a fucking $400 laptop.
Nope.
We're brave people if I
never ever been on the dark web. I don't even know how to go to the dark web.
Yeah, the same here. Yeah, no, I just thought that.
Last night they said they were go view it. No, they said that they fucking Danny's right there, man. Danny's a comment right above you. What she says is she passes the information on to people with the tech and experience to root and keep rooting and rooting. You know how you guys all sit on YouTube and I sit on YouTube all day and watch shills, clowns, and the occasional real person? These guys sit on their computer and dig backwards through the fucking threads and find out who these fucking maps are, right?
For hours, every day, for years, people.
That's what they do. What we do with our time. And you know what? Some of us probably, I don't know if I could stomach what they fucking did. And some of us, maybe we can, but we don't, because we're distracted by the big show on YouTube. and all the disinformation and bullshit and hashtags that make money. Like, is anyone in this chat think that they're gaining anything from fucking even being on this show?
And honestly, is there a crime? Is there a federal crime against venturing to the dark web?
I don't know.
I mean, is there? I don't think
No,
so.
there's no crime going on the web, but it's if you do, you know, if you get into the other shit. But I mean, even to go on the dark web, you have to protect yourself before you get there. So I mean, you know, that's why it's so difficult to friggin' find people or out people on it. I mean, from what I believe, that whole system was set up by the American Army or something like that there for them to communicate within themselves. I can't remember exactly when it was the 90s or something it was created. And then they opened it to the public. And believe it or not, the army or whatever you want, the U.S. forces still use it.
See, Lady Court is trying to say, but who are these people? And I don't know who these people are. That's why they're anonymous. That's why they're doing the digging. And when they find the shit, Danny already stated that they pass it over to the police, the FBI, shit like that. But if you want to know, like, hey, I'm Joe Blow and this is what I do, what the fuck do you think's going to happen to you when you're going against a bunch of organized pedophiles? You're not going to have a good fucking life or a very long one. Who the fuck knows? These guys will do this kind of shit to children. They are capable of doing way worse to you.
And
that's why
they
people
are organized. That's what's crazy. Pedophiles used to hide in the cracks and crevices, and they were ashamed of themselves, and they didn't admit to anybody what they were. You know what I mean? And your parents was like, well, just stay away from that house. You might get touched. You know, that was the whole, you know, way that everybody dealt with it.
Just call people. Sorry, I'm still trying to catch up to Lady Court here. All I'm saying, I'd imagine they never mentioned authority. Just call people. I don't even know what that fucking means. Yeah, she said that they went fucking contact the FBI and shit like that when they find stuff. I don't know what else they do. Do they fucking jump on the guy's Twitter feed and go, hey, this guy's a fucking pedophile. What's everyone doing here?
Some of them do. Some of them contact their jobs and let their employers know.
There's Danny right now, the chick who fucking runs the Dragon Den. Yes, I did. FBI. You know, they're a bunch of anonymous shit, but when the fucking information and the digging's done, yeah, people get. I'm not a fucking dragon, but there it is. The leader of them says right there they contact the FBI, Interpol, Europol, DOJ, all of them get notifies. Hope we cleared that up.
Let me take the screen again. I'll show y'all something real quick.
Yeah. Hold on.
Do I got it?
Yeah, you do now.
Do I have it?
Yeah, you're showing my hammer.
See my email? When you long form report, you get an email back from Twitter support. It's a different. It's not just the notification that you get inside of Twitter. This is actual. This is a response that you'll get from long form reporting. You know what I mean? So it's a different process. It's an actual. There's more to it. It's not just click report and this is what they did. It's a long form. You know what I mean? And it takes time. But these are some of the responses that you'll wait a minute. Some of the responses that you'll get. Oh no! Oh, I'm in the wrong folder. See all these case numbers, reports on. Oh, those are copyright strikes. But anyway. And I'm not even as active as most of these people are at that. I can only do it for maybe a couple hours a week.
Yeah. Back to the chat so I can keep reading questions. And if you guys see any questions I missed, please speak up and address them or whatever. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Twitter at all either. I fired up a Twitter just to jump onto a stream with Synth one night. But Yeah, that's it. I haven't touched it since, so I don't know nothing about nothing. I barely know anything about YouTube, but what I have figured out about YouTube is it's as fake as a $3 bill.
Ozzy's asking who contacted the FBI about Dave.
Yeah, great question. I phoned the Brisbane Police Department. Honeybee said she contacted the FBI about Dave, which is, that's ridiculous because it's not even in their jurisdiction. They're not the fucking police of the world. So at least I hit the right continent and fucking country.
I did. I went to his YouTube page and I reported him.
Yep. Same here.
Yeah.
Didn't do any fucking good. He just doubled his subscribers. But
no, I think he got another fucking 100 or something since this shit goes on. But that's the reality of YouTube. And you know what? I think everybody that fucking subbed in the last month and a half to Dave, I would guess 50-50 are fucking what we think are the most disgusting humans on the planet. Think about it that way. Maybe 75% are fucking sick fucks.
You wouldn't believe the amount of people coming out and supporting him in his comments. It's mind blowing. It is fucking mind blowing that people are actually supporting this guy.
It's not mind blowing to me. I understand how fucking sick this world is.
Because there is a bunch of people that do this, man. We don't brag about it. We're not out here trying to promote ourselves and say, hey, look at us, this is what we're doing. We're just doing it to try to help solve the problem. And we figure the more people that are reporting, the more people that are complaining to Twitter, maybe YouTube will clean up their act and quit allowing this shit to be on there for children to just find.
There you go. He's since Honeybee did her thing on him, he's gathered 400 subs.
Yeah. Okay, well, here's a question for the chat. Hit 1 if you've reported Dave or Gunk to anyone. Hit 2 if you haven't, because you're letting other people do it. And then hit 3 if you think that maybe if every fucking person that knew about these guys were to report them, maybe something would get fucking done. There's going to be there's not going to, and I'm proud of every one of those ones. And every one of you 2s, change it to a 1.
Yep.
Because that's the reality here. Sorry, I've got a sore throat today. But the reality is that it's nobody. That's what YouTube's designed to do, is to make everyone sit on their asses and look at fucking some psyop and go, wow, or look at something, wow, or look at a Pizzagate All-Star or a Lift the Veil or a Unicuck and think, wow, yeah, we're getting informed. We don't have to do anything. We're getting informed. YouTube and the internet has made us lazy. We used to march in the streets to affect change in governments and to go against things. And we haven't done that shit for 40 fucking years. It's shit, man. It's going to be really hard to change anything when no one's doing a fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. We're all in this together, more or less, just because we're heading up, we've made a few videos. The videos mean fuck all if there's nobody watching them and there's nobody listening, and there's nobody taking action. At the start of the show, I was pointing out about Nathan that whenever the videos were pretty clear and exposing what he was doing, the amount of people that I saw that gave me a thumbs up and said good vid were over in his chat was crazy. And I was like, how can you continue to go over there and support this guy? Because every subscriber viewing a minute of his video matters. He has gained 10,000 subs in the last freaking week and a half. 10,000 subs. Think about that.
Gunk?
Because of all that happy shit, isn't it?
Lift the Veil.
Oh, Lift the Veil, yeah, man. The pedo protector of YouTube. The diffuser of real situations.
There's also other people in that come and put take in our chat here, and they're wee channels too, like us, and they make videos. And not one of them, I haven't seen any of them make a video about out in, Net for Truth or Gunk or something like that there, or
I
even
think
drawing attention to it.
the only one is Cody that I've seen.
Cody, yeah.
Oh shit! Thank you, Scooby.
It's not that it's not that we're demanding it, but I find it very disheartening that those people, they won't bring it to attention in our videos. They comment and give me a thumbs up whenever I do it, and then because I maybe say something they don't like, they then call me a liar and a shill or a wanker and all the names of the day because their thought process isn't up to speed with mine. But at the same time, they're not calling these people out. And what gives you a position to turn around and call out somebody else when you're going to sit in your arse and do nothing about it?
And they're hiding for them, and they're excusing them, and they're
frustrating.
Well, I like the Canadian LARP fucking association that I'm apparently a charter member of. Those guys making videos on me saying, see how fake these guys are? It's like, fucking whatever, pal. You're just part of somebody else's agenda. My agenda is exposing reality. You can keep exposing your fantasy, right?
The joke about it is like, we're all four of us in this chat here now are from different countries. All four of us.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, isn't it?
Yeah, but we're all part of the fucking human race, right? We're not getting paid. We're not getting fucking fuck all. We see ridiculousness, and so we call it out. And the challenge goes out to fucking everybody here. And I saw Joe Brown in the chat earlier and stuff. And his channel, I don't even know, like not even 100 subs and shit. And Joe Cool Flyer does make good fucking videos, right? Like the guy's been around forever. Now, him thinking that Nathan is a fucking good guy from the stream he was on when he was on here, that blows my fucking mind, and you know it. But I looked at the video he did today on some of the anomalies of the Charlottesville car attack, and it's fucking mind-blowing, guys, because that's what we all forgot about that. And we all fucking, this is our distraction. Our distraction is right here, right in this fucking second. And, the last stream that any of us do will be the best stream we've ever done because it's just ridiculous, right? We can point out shit like Dave T and Gunk when everybody else scrubs their content and put it on one little spot on the internet. And then we catch people fucking supporting them as big as SGT. And it's fucking, that's fucking whack, man. I fucking jumped on to Google and I went into SGT Gunk and I found those comments where some guy was going, hey man, this guy's being exposed, and SGT gaslights the guy and goes, well, do you have any proof? Do you do? And the guy put up all these links. SGT never addressed the issue, didn't stop doing anything that he was fucking doing. He took his channel down, did a bunch of retooling on his subscription because I bet you a bunch of people were like, what the fuck's going on? And then he comes back, but he's never addressed Gunk. He's never addressed Honeybee in the comments of Gunk because he's, and when he took his channel down, he got 14,000 subs and how many Patreons I will never know about. It's all just an act to make money and to fucking keep us doing nothing.
We tell you,
so controlled this platform.
Michelle Bear there says, I'm not a content creator. I never had any desire until recently, especially when all the truth is being swept under the rug. Now, Michelle, I was in the exact same boat as you a month ago. Never made a video in my life to the extent of what this is. Filming my freaking cat doing something funny, and that was it. End of story. Never made a video. I was that pissed off. I went out and bought a laptop, and then I went and spent another 100 and something pounds on video software, so that I could friggin' it was the Cyber Direct package was in sale, and I bought it and downloaded it and started using it. I wouldn't say by any means I'm fantastic. I certainly even haven't worked out how to use the entire program yet, or what does this and all the rest of it. but I've learned enough of how to be able to put a video together so it makes sense and stick it out there. And I would say, look, anybody at all, you know, whatever sort of means and ends you've got to, you know, put a video out there, do it. Do it. Put a video out there. I thought, you know, you don't have to show your face. You know, you can point your camera at a wall on your phone and just speak the truth. You know, but the reason why I did it this way is because I didn't want anybody like turn around saying I was talking shit. I wanted to be able to produce the evidence with what they were giving me, the All Stars, etc. Produce that evidence from them and use it to show what I was seeing. And I would tell anybody, look, you know, for the sake of a few quid, if you can do it, put videos up, get the news out there, because none of this works without us. There's only 35 people in tonight for some reason, but
who the fuck cares?
It doesn't really matter. What matters is that the 35 people in here watching, are 35 people who will go and report Net for Truth, who will go and report Gunk, who will freaking, you know, hound these people. And you know, as well as the freaking All Stars. I don't mean troll them and being obscene to them, but anything like that there. I just mean point out, because that's what I've done all along. I always go into their chats. I'm banned from most of them now. Somebody pointed out saying, I've seen you in Lift the Fields chat or something like that there. I think it was Indigo Arena. I've seen you in the Ifans chat. You quite possibly might have seen me in the Ifans chat. I went into the Ifans chat after that video and basically pointed everyone towards my video from his chat. And believe it or not, a couple of people come. And as soon as I done that, I left, because I wouldn't give him a freaking, you know, yes, and I did call him out now. So I mean, and everybody's seen. If anybody's been watching Lift the Field over the last 2 years, he's never had a phone call like that.
Oh fuck! You missed the ones I gave.
Well, okay, the ones where you friendly, but fucking. The last Adam Monster, that guy fucking, you could see him. You know, his ass cheeks were well clenched together, so he did. So they were. So I mean, he was gritting his teeth. He knew what was coming, and I was surprised he didn't cut me off a lot earlier. But then you got people, you're calling these guys out to their face, and you're still getting called a fucking LARP.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
and,
we're getting called
the 35, 37 people watching or whatever the number is, man. It's numbers don't matter, because when you see it, some fucking character that you know is just ripping off people by talking about fucking the horrors of the world, at least know. And now you know for sure that some of these pizza gators are exactly what they fucking are, and that's pedo apologists and fucking actual fucking pedophiles.
Hey, and Scooby, they're talking about Scooby confronting, calling in on the Lift the Veil in the chat.
Yeah.
Good job on that, man, by the way. Good job.
I mean, it fulfilled the purpose. Like, I mean, I'm surprised he held the call as long as he did, but I mean, it certainly showed people for what he is. I'm just hoping that, you know, as we go forward with all this here, that we can just get the message out, because people don't have a right, just because these channels, like, you know, Veil's got freaking 50,000 now, and you know, just because they've got this, it doesn't mean they've got the right to do whatever they want, or come up with any old bullshit that they want. They are literally scamming people. You know, they remind me of door-to-door salesmen. You know, that's what they are. They're scamming people. And a lot of the people coming on the shows aren't even credible. That David Shutter guy, I tell anybody, go and do a search. Even that Fiona girl.
Schurter is wild because I didn't know his whole story, and somebody linked me on one of the comments, or it could have been Discord, I don't fucking know, but it was like, hey, have you ever seen this David Schurter video? And it's him talking about his early life when he actually fucking molested and abused a kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, man, I had no fucking idea that was part of the story, but it's him talking about it, right? He's an open fucking book, and it is what it is. But I just like, I don't know, man. It's there's some lines that you cross in this fucking life, and you can't step back over that fucking line, and you shouldn't be able to. And I don't care if Schurter, I don't even care what the story is anymore about him. He was fucking abused himself. And so what did he do when he was like 10 or 11 years old? He fucking perpetuated the cycle of abuse. And like, all right, so he was 10 or 11 years old. What do you do with that now? Because he's crossed that line, but he was a kid. And it's just like, but you can't forgive that line.
I
Not
don't understand how he's not in jail.
No, Schurter, he's fucking done his shit. He's done whatever. I don't know what the fuck he's even all about anymore. Like it's all just again, it's another cog in the huge distraction of this reality. Instead of us looking at what we could possibly change, we're sitting back being sickly entertained by these fucking characters on YouTube. And I'm telling you guys, it's fucking my last show will be my fucking favorite show ever. When I finally like Johnny Stugatz fucking saying fuck this place after 5 years of interacting and we all go on our little journeys here. And I've talked to him through discords and stuff. He's like, fuck man, I and it's after we fucking exposed these fucking pedophile apologists and shit. And he's like, fuck, man, that's great. I'd like to thank you. I don't know how I'm going to quit YouTube, but I'm fucking out of here. And you're a big reason why. And it's like, it's kind of a double-edged thing. It's like, thank God he's going to go live his life better and quit wasting time on this fucking platform that goes nowhere. But it's also, there goes one more voice that's like, wow, this is fucked, guys. So like, we're in a weird fucking, we're in a giant slide, man. And we're all sitting in the burlap sacks as kid and we're hitting those fucking bumps and our stomachs dropping all the time. And that's YouTube's, right? It's weird fucking shit.
I also want to point out over the last while I've put out several videos about people. The whole, one of them was about the friggin' chicken and pasta thing. It was a kind of a jokey video. I was kind of, I would like to think people could sense that in my voice, but maybe not. But at the same time, as it was a bit jokey, there's a bit of a seriousness to it as well because you don't know who these people are. You don't know what they're fucking up to. You don't know what they're using the resources that they're getting given to them for. You have no idea. There's no accountability. That's the whole thing about it all. When you're collecting money like that, there's no accountability. And these people aren't even transparent. Some of them might be with the amounts they're getting or whatever, but some of them aren't. Most of them aren't. When you look at go look at Tracy Bean's Patreon. She's like 804 people in her Patreon now. And, they're not giving $1. They're probably giving about $10 each. Like, and you add that up every month for that serious money. And all that girl does is talk shit. About newspapers, what she interprets, or maybe what she's told to interpret. Maybe
Doesn't she want us to follow the fucking plan anymore? I haven't watched Tracy Bean's.
I never seen anybody. She was all fucking Q, and then all of a sudden, whenever she was accused of being Q, she dropped it like a hot brick. I mean, I never seen anybody disown something as quick in my life as what she did. And she's part of their circle. She's part of that honeybee, Titus Frost.
If you want to know what they're doing with their money, Scooby, they're spending a lot of it on food.
On food.
Yeah, chicken and pasta and cameras. Those cameras, I mean, you can't even say, well, they went and bought equipment because they didn't buy the equipment, they rented it out. And they rent out that equipment for a couple of weeks is nothing. You may pay a big deposit down, but you'll get that back whenever you return the equipment. Like, it doesn't cost a lot to rent it out.
Yeah, to me, it's nothing to do with like the money and all that sort of thing and crowdfunding it like as such. Because I think it's good that the people can get the ability to get people to donate to good causes, but it's what they produce. It's like, I just, to me, it's all like, you know, since Craig Sawyer come out with that Contra Lab thing, it seems to me that everyone wants to make a documentary now. And, you know, I see this red carpet event with them all on it and stuff, and I think it's not what it's about. There's no glamour and shit involved in this fucking work. It's fucking horrible. I mean, I've never enjoyed making any more videos. I enjoy like these live streams and that, but I don't like making the videos or researching them at all. So I don't see where all the glitz and glamour comes into all this. You know, it's just so many distasteful things, like you say, going on Lift the Veil, where that David shirt has been on a few times. It's like, who are these people associating themselves with? It's
I mean, I've sat through hours and hours of fucking stupid videos from Titus Frost, Rance of Ryan, etc., Honeybee, all that there, to find something that they've lied about or they've took a piss about or that trips them up or something like that there and expose it. And believe you me, there's absolutely no joy in that whatsoever for me. See, having to listen to Titus Frost's voice, fucking hell. It goes through you. I mean, the first 5 minutes, you can get by, but anything after 10, and you want to cut your ears off and stamp on them.
What I don't understand about Titus Frost is he's like he's from New York, isn't he? Like, well, not New York, but he's from Massachusetts, isn't he? I don't know whether it's Boston or whatever, but why does he always say y'all and all that, like a southerner, like from the southern states? I don't get it. Do you think he's actually from down there, or
no? Who knows? I don't give a bollocks.
It's strange.
Where he's from, but he's still connected to him. I mean, they try and put a wee bit of distance between them, like. But I mean, I've seen a wee pattern there. I mean, look, getting back to the whole video thing, all I feel that I'm able to do at the minute is try and put together pieces of the jigsaw, and present it to people, you know, as I see it, so they can kind of discern the best they can with, you know, with what I put in front of them and see it for themselves. And that to me is like a start. You know, you won't see me in 6 months' time putting out videos trying to trip up fucking these people, because that's, you know, I have a plan myself of how I'm going to progress this and move on up the ladder. But it's like a starting point to move from. I find the whole ordeal just as horrifying, having to listen to them, as anything else. It's freaking wicked, you know. And at the same time, I'm also helping promote our channels because, you know, some people who maybe haven't seen them will maybe see my video and freaking go and find out who they are. You know, and likewise, that's why they don't want to mention us, in case freaking what do you call it? You know, to promote them, like. But it's not about the subs, because I firmly believe there's 35 people in this room now, right, watching. I firmly believe there's 35 people here. You know, if coordinated and all the rest of it, doing the homework, you could take these all down, no bother, no problem at all, and get rid of them. But it's everybody working together and doing it and maintaining it, because every once in a while you get an idiot that pops in and starts to freaking bullshit the freaking crowd and stir it up a bit, go off topic a wee bit, start talking about this and start talking about that there, and then the whole freaking thing's upset, you know. And the next thing you've got people, we're shells, we're LARPing, you know. LARPing for what exactly? What could we possibly LARPing about? LARPing about exposing pedos? You know, we've proved it's real, folks. It is real. It is going on. You know, these people and their money. The only time I would ever think about money or anything like that there is if I knew of a charitable organisation that needed help with something. I would maybe do like a GoFundMe for it, but I'd document it the whole way through. You know, you know, from collecting the money to freaking handing the money over, and or if they needed to buy something, like say, I don't know, a new bed. It's an example. go and buy a bed, friggin' show the receipt, show where it's being delivered to, and be there the day it's delivered, and watch it being delivered, and show it on the video of these people receive it. Because that's unfortunately the lengths you have to go to be transparent enough. Because people are begging for money left, right, and centre. That if you actually do come up with a credible cause that is deserving and does need help, you're hardly likely to get help anymore because of what other people are doing. If Honeybee was saying, "Look, I'm doing a GoFundMe for St. Bernard's, blah blah blah," and had documented it and all the rest of it, fair enough, that would be cool. But so far, there's been nothing shown. There's no transparency. They haven't. All they've shown is a trailer of Kids Inc. that they started making more than 18 months ago. In fact, Honeybee went from never making a video before on YouTube in, I think it was October 30th to January 1st, round about that time, announcing that she was making a Kids Inc. documentary. You're like, how the fuck do you go? How do you go from A to B so quick? You're right. What
So
type of
here's Haley,
credentials
of course. I'd like to
do the
talk to
Dragons
her.
have?
I'm going to jump in here real quick because someone's asking about Danny from the Dragons, her education level, and you're asking about Honeybee's credentials. Well, Danny is not asking for money. Danny gets up every day and does what she does without asking for money and without asking for support from people. So yes, if you're asking for money and you're trying to present yourself as a professional, you want to be the spokesperson for the Pizzagate movement, then yes, you should be. Your credentials should be inquired about. But you're inquiring on a person that works for free.
And
So
what does it have to do? I don't understand what the level. I don't understand what the level of anyone's education has to do with what we're doing by showing people in this community that are fucking freaks. Like, what does it matter? Do I have a grade fucking 3 education? I've done what I've done. Did I do something wrong because I didn't give a shit about school? It's actually a little higher than grade 3. But, like, what is the line of questioning and what does it matter? What are the credentials of any of these fucking all-stars? What have they done? Do they do anything but dox people and fucking threaten them when we ask questions? Doesn't make any sort of sense to me, your line of questioning about educational fucking levels here.
I mean, as far as I understood, Danny is a victim of abuse herself, and she's more or less took things off on her own bat to, find these people and report them. Or there was obviously at some point she was in contact with that hive nonsense and all that there, like. But I mean, ultimately, I just see her as just like she's an everyday person. I'm on my two. She's experienced crap herself. It's something that I've kind of learned about a lot of people that I've met, and well, not met, got to talk to on a one-on-one level on YouTube. Is that you wouldn't believe how many people who have experienced some sort of form of abuse. And I kind of feel that. That's why a lot of us are on this side of YouTube or in this part of YouTube because of personal experience and looking answers, or but I have my own feelings about paedophile hunters, and I feel there should be a specific way it should be done. Because unfortunately, some of these pedophiles end up having families, and when you dox them, you're kind of doxing their family as well, and their family get dragged into it, and their family get abused, And I don't feel it's kind of fair on the family because they're not the ones that have done anything. And 99.9% of the time, the family has no idea that this has been going on or that they're part of it.
Hot nurses, hold on, I'm going to read some comments. Hallelujah chorus, hot nurses and pedophile hunters. Oh, okay. Then I was actually off the screen, so I didn't see a few of the comments go by. Hallelujah. I know, Lady Court. Lady Court, hallelujah. They're dividing us nicely. Some of us see, some don't. Who the fuck are you guys talking about now? I'm sorry to keep going to the chat, but you know, as soon as you take your eyes off it, shit starts going on. Who's dividing us? And why do what? Here's the thing that even that statement, because I don't know what you're referring to, but if we're supposed to be a unified fucking community that hides pedophiles and groomers, I don't want to be fucking part of it. I'd rather smash the shit and watch it burn to the ground. Wouldn't you? But please explain what you were talking about, because I was actually had a bunch of notifications popped up that were getting in the way, so I had to get rid of them. You know, like, fuck, I don't know anything about anybody, man. I've worked with a few of these guys over the last 2 months, and we're exposing fucking how sick this is. And if that's dividing a truth community, if it's bad that we showed that fucking David T's a pedo, or that Gunk is fucking making hand over fist and still getting supported by pizza gators, fuck this community. He wants to be part of that shit.
I've got a question. You know, is there anybody sitting in the chat there now that feels that we're fucking full of shit?
Attacking a mother of two. Yeah, he's one hell of a guy. Again, who the fuck you talking about? You know, you gotta actually, like, you're an educated woman. I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
What I'd like to know is what actually like set these people off to talk like this, because I get a lot of these people commenting on my videos now, and they seem like really nice people, and I don't know what happened what happened last night or whatever, but I went about last night, and I don't know how all these people are sort of like kicking off and accusing. Like, I've had them leave funny comments on my channel, and I don't understand it. So,
well,
strange.
See,
I'd like to know who's attacking what mother of two.
Yeah, I don't get any of this fucking shit, man. But it's been going on for 24 hours now, and it's fucking weird, right?
I don't understand why people have to be fucking cryptic and what they're talking about.
Yeah, why
we're not being
like nobody knows who the fuck you are. You know, finish your bloody sentences.
Say what you see, man. I mean, what do you think's going to happen? If you think we're doing something wrong, if you think we're going down the wrong path, if you think we're being misled, I mean, this is why we do this on a live stream. We could sit and talk amongst ourselves all night, no bother. We don't actually need the chat, but we talk on live stream because we want to get the word out. We want to interact with people, and we want the people that join us to freaking join us and trying to freaking divert this crap.
Helped. See, again, we don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Of course, what did he help?
I don't know, man. It's just weird, right?
Yeah, it's fucking strange. Don't even know who these Dave Acton is.
I haven't even been freaking, what do you call it?
I've never had any interaction with Dave Acton. I don't know who he is. Don't know nothing.
I know who he is, but I mean,
I know who he is. He's fucking one of the guys that did the.
Well, I tell you what, Freddie.
Fucking no. Dave Acton was part of the whole Lift the Veil, George Webb, fucking Goodman, DeFango. He was the LARPer, one of the LARP controllers, or part of the LARP of last summer. And so now Hallelujah Chorus, for whatever reason, is like, Dave Acton helped. Who's attacking the mother of two? It's like, fucking just finish your fucking sentences or fuck off, Hallelujah, because I have no idea what you're talking about. And the way you've been acting for the last 24 hours, I don't give a fuck if you're here or not, but I think you're really fucking weird at this point.
A lot of strange stuff going on, isn't there?
Yeah, I believe Hallelujah Chorus was also one of the ones that was making fun of Danny for crying and getting emotional yesterday too. Yeah, that's a good-hearted person there to make fun of a female for getting emotional over.
Listen,
You know what I
look,
mean? That makes a lot of sense.
listen. What's Dave Acton and George Swigert got to do with what we've been doing over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, eh?
Fuck knows.
But I tell you what I think, right? I'll give you a kind of a summary of my broad view of all this. I think all these people are connected together. I
It's
think
a funny
Honeybee,
topic.
Titus Frost, Ryan, Dave Acton, George Swigert, Jason Goodman, friggin' Jason fucking Stranahan. All of these channels are all connected together, and they're all working together. Oh, where did you kick her?
Oh, I don't want to fucking kick her at all. I want her to show everybody fucking. I want her to actually finish her fucking sentence. Whoever's timing her out or whatever, don't fucking do that. If we decide to get rid of her, we'll get rid of her. But why time her out? She's making herself look like a dick, and now we've timed her out. Makes no sense to me.
We're trying
You
to
know, I've
answer the
talked to fucking
questions.
Hallelujah Chorus on fucking private DM calls and stuff. She seems
It
all
was me.
normal and nice, and now all of a sudden we're the bad guys. I just find it.
I
It's
like
all been. We've been
Hallelujah
warned so
course, to
many
be honest
fucking
with you.
times about people that are gonna come in, be decent, and then do shit. Exactly what we're witnessing here with Hallelujah Chorus. You know, it's just it is what it is, guys. This is the nature of YouTube. Your best friend's gonna stab you in the back. Your best YouTube friend will come on a fucking show where a plant will get on that I discussed with the fucking guy, showed him what the fuck Jenny actually is, how she promotes nothing but shill channels and controls chats and stuff. She breaks down, he jumps all over, making us all look like dicks. It's like this was all told to us by fucking two or three. Well, it was told to me by two or three YouTubers that have been on here for twice as long as me. And it's what they do, and it's what everybody does here. You're either a little fucking, I don't know, people are fucking weird all over, right? But
I
what Hallelujah Chorus is doing for the last 24 hours is just
and
fucking playing her own game in the middle of what we think is reality. When we fucking expose what we expose, now you're gonna have a bunch of people that slither up next to you, put a little knife in your side, and fucking slither on back. Damage is done. I watched Wake Now do it to Danny yesterday on his fucking show. You know, it's like this is the nature of the beast in YouTube. I'm not gonna associate with anybody that I think is a fucking clown. So sorry if I'm wrong, but hallelujah, you're done here, man. I don't give a shit. You think I'm some sort of LARP from Canada? You can go screw yourself.
well,
What
I
have you
didn't.
done lately?
I didn't mean to actually. I was trying to kick them, so I'm glad I didn't do that too. But
Well, let
the
me
thing
do the fucking
is
kicking on my
the
show,
line of
right?
questioning and how they were acting before to Danny, it seemed just like they have an agenda or they're being sent here for a purpose.
I agree 100%.
The
I
issue,
now agree, and you know what? 48 hours ago, I would have said no fucking way. Not
right?
HC, man. HC's cool, but you know
Well,
what? We don't know anybody on the other side of these fucking screens, and that's very apparent over the last
the
day.
issue that I take special offense is I come from a very poor family, man, and where I come from, money means education. If you've got the money, you go to a good school. If you don't, you don't go to school. You know what I mean? So when people want to start bringing up people's education levels, like they have a choice in the matter, that shit really pisses me off, and that's a very it's a very superficial way to judge somebody. You know what I mean? Because that says nothing about them as a person. It says nothing about what they can contribute. It just shows that you are a superficial person, that you're only worried about people that went to a university. Well, guess what? I didn't go to a university, so you can go ahead and unsub to me and quit commenting on my videos too.
Yeah, Michelle, me too. I came into the middle of that stream, and I know enough of Wake's mannerisms that I know he was about to explode on her, and the shit he was saying in the chat and stuff. And he absolutely like Terrace and Danny going on that stream was a mistake because maybe they were confused thinking I was on that stream, but I had set up for Danny to explain how she had been doxxed by all these fucking YouTube all stars or a few of them. That's what the fuck it was supposed to be all about. And then I was quite fucking shocked at the chat that was rolling by and this, that, and the other thing. And it was going to be a fucking bloodbath. Danny's not used to being on YouTube. She does tweets. She does her research, passes information on, yada, yada, yada. She's not used to fucking being on fucking the new age TV. It's like the first time I know I have, and I know Scooby has, but did anybody else in the chat phoned into Nathan Stoltman's show? Guess what? It's a phone call, and it makes you nervous as fuck the first time. So, you know,
I must admit.
The interview with Danny, Scoob was also supposed to be part of it because he's a very concise person. He asks questions, and then, you know, but when you start bombarding people, especially the first couple times they've been on a stream, it's weird, man. You know, you can't even think if you're gonna get, like, it's stressful being on here. Not when you get used to it, but it definitely is in the beginning. And so when you got you know, Wake's done a lot of work exposing these fucking idiots too.
I have to admit the same thing that
I'm not done.
Sorry.
Wake's done really good work exposing these clowns too, but he is a piranha too, right? And it's good sometimes, it's bad the others. What he did when Jenny was on was fucking brutal to watch, and it was brutal to be a part of. I talked to Jenny after the show. I don't fucking tape private conversations, but I caught her in some fucking other hanky bullshit as well. She said, "Oh, you should just come down to Washington State and have lunch with me and Ryan." Like, what the fuck? It's like, these people are all weird, man. These people are all fucked. I'm weird too, right? I'm fucking on YouTube. I must be insane. But I'm not going to stand by and watch fucking pedophiles and groomers get promoted by fucking anybody, including and especially someone with 350,000 subs. Now you can go. I'm done.
Oh, no, you're right. I was just saying that I often go back and watch the live streams and wish I would have said something better. Feel like I didn't get, you know, my point across the way that I would have liked. But, you know, that's kind of the good thing about your platform, and it being just off the top of our heads and whatever's going on, and you know, even just going into the chat and talking about what's going on with the chat. There's no way that we could script this. There's no way that we could plan ahead for what comes out of these streams, and that's why it works, I think.
Abby just commented about Death by Tiger posting something. One of my channels was still subbed to her, so I got the notification and I looked. It's an interview with some guys that uncovered pedophilia back in 1981. It's very good, man. It's like fucking, what is it, 38 years old or whatever, and the shit is still going on, probably worse than it was back then, but definitely just as bad. And the shit these guys are talking about is high-level politicians, high corporate people, executive, da-da-da-da. It's all the same shit. 38 years later. There's people in this chat and that are going to watch this that weren't even fucking born then. And this shit goes on because people don't do enough. And I believe it's like if every human being would get off their ass, but they're not going to. But then you look at the laws and shit, and they're not bad enough, guys. It needs to be corporal punishment. Same, plain and simple. You fucking take away someone's innocence, you ruin their life, you forfeit yours. But it ain't never gonna be like that unless people stand up and fix the fucking problem. No one's gonna stand up when they're sitting on YouTube, man.
Yeah. I mean, fucking, look, there's a lot of people who didn't finish high school, etc., and they're dumb as fuck. Let's be honest here. They're thick as fucking too short necks. Some of them don't even have the hands to bless themselves. And their only contribution they'll ever give society is fucking creating children. But then there are a lot of people out there who didn't do so well at school for various reasons. Maybe they were suffering abuse. Maybe the home life was fucking terrible. Maybe nobody gave a shit about them, whatever it is. but they never managed to fucking get out of it and get through high school. But they're smart enough. And I'd be honest with you, I find I wouldn't call myself the most intelligent person in the world, not by a long shot. But I definitely, when it comes to fucking matters of life, I'm as smart as fucking anybody. Because really, you know, you've got your intellect and then you've got your experience. And my experience definitely outshines my freaking intellect. Because, you know, that's what I can speak of. That's what I know of. You know, it's kind of part of the way that I am kind of calm, sitting back talking to people because, you know, I can relate in many ways. So, I mean, education shouldn't be a big issue. Honeybee claims that she was working with children all years ago. I don't know, man. If you look through some of her profiles, it says she did, and others where she ignores it. She doesn't even mention it. So I'm not really worried about people's credentials. People's credentials mean nothing to me, really, unless you're in a government job. You know, you're a policeman, or so tell me you're a policeman. I want to see your credentials, you know. If you're knocking on my door trying to sell me something, I want to know who you're working for, etc. But when it comes to everyday people that you meet on the internet that, you know, make videos and shit, credentials don't really come into it. What I would like to see for people like Honeybee, who is what you would call high profile in all this, and these other channels, like, you know, collecting money, they're saying they're doing it for this, that, and all that, is be transparent. Show us, you know, show us what you do with the money. You know, if you're going to go and buy a new camera, bring it. Go and buy a new camera. If that's what it is that you're doing there with it, you know, and your people know, fair enough. You know, but running about saying, you know, I need Patreon because I can't do this without you, and then I can spend more time doing it and all this bollocks. Ugh. Nonsense, you know. So, I mean, my only issue is be transparent. If you're doing A, B, and C, do you know what? I'm looking forward to Kids Inc. coming out because I can't wait. I can't wait to strip it back. I can't wait to go through it and see if it's sourced, see what's real and what's not, how much of it is a LARP. Because we've seen in the summer there, the start of July, the LARPing season, Craig Sawyer rushed out to Tucson to save the children that were never there. And InfoWars donated him $100,000 the next night. A few days later, he's telling us, oh, it's not real, folks. You know, and he's in the same group of people with Honeybee, Tracy Beans, etc., and all that there. He's in the same group. And Hagman seems to be the you know, the connection between them all. They all appear in Hagman. And as we know, Hagman, you might as well just be Alex Jones.
Yep. Yeah, or a Lionel or a fucking whatever.
Yeah, it's all the same nonsense.
The list goes down and down and down, and then you're at the end of it.
I meant to ask, has anybody ever, I don't know if it's just me because I haven't come across it or haven't looked for it, has anybody ever come across any like left-wing channels that are doing what Lionel and Hagman and all are doing?
Not our bubble, man.
No, I've come across any.
You know, has anybody come across that? I honestly, I'm not kidding you. I don't see it. I never see it. I don't go looking for it, but I never get.
Isn't that like?
I never get anything.
It's definitely a culture. You've got like media matters and stuff like that. You know, that's all left-wing organisations.
Are they? Media matters
like,
is.
Heard of David Brock and all that. He was connected to all that Peterscape business, wasn't he? Maybe that James Alefantis' ex-boyfriend or some shit. But yeah, he runs a thing called Media Matters today. I think it's
yeah, but I'm talking about like just fucking, you know, YouTubers and things like that.
What
I
is that
know
like
that.
what are the fucking
Whenever I
guys
saw
called? The anti-Alex Jones channels, Young Turks fucking, I don't know if they're liberal or
you got
not,
the
but they're
young
kind of the
Turks, yeah,
opposite
left wing,
fucking
aren't they?
side.
It's
Yeah,
just I never get anything in the feed suggesting anything like that. There, all I ever get is the freaking the conservative crap, and like I'm not even American, so the conservative issue doesn't fucking it's nothing to do with me. I couldn't give a care less about it, but I
Politics
just
is all
think
just bullshit anyway, isn't it?
I think you're right, Burrell. I mean, I just wonder: is there a liberal version or a left wing version of Honeybee somewhere in YouTube that we haven't found yet?
I don't know, man. That's a fucking good question.
You know,
The more that I watch this shit, the more I know it's the Truman Show, man. It's just a fucking little tiny bubble of fucking retards and people wondering why are these retards telling us all this shit after we realize, oh my god, these guys aren't fucking real. It's like what? And then you start looking at the agenda, and it's like, is the fucking this whole platform's mind control with these little figureheads up top, and the real people are fucking scrambling around the bottom, looking up, going, how the fuck is this guy even on here anymore? Like Lift the Veil, his show that where they he had Honeybee on and they were like, oh, it's not like it's illegal. It's not like it's illegal. Yeah, it is fucking illegal, you dumb fucks. But 16 or how many people were in that show watching? There was fucking guys with channels that were huge in there. And all of them shut the fuck up after that was done. Oh, damage control. Good job, guys.
That's all it
It's
ever
pretty
is,
messed
though,
up
really.
platform, fellas.
yeah,
I mean, that's just what
And
I'm not going to be on
Terrace is
YouTube
triggered
forever.
in the chat.
He's doing what?
Oh, he's triggered in the chat. He's fucking. It is what it is, man. Terrace, you're falling right into their plan or their hashtags
yeah,
agenda when you're
Oh,
like whatever Hallelujah or Lady Court or any of them want to do. They want to be cryptic and say shit and do this and did it. Fuck them all, man. I give up. I'm not here for anybody, man. I'm here for fucking children and to fucking expose that there's monsters on YouTube. And I'm
yeah,
gonna fucking focus my shit back on that alone. Because
that's
fuck, let's face it, I could go away from YouTube for a month, come back, sit down for 4 days, and have a month's worth of content of lies, deceit, and bullshit while these people do nothing in reality. So that's
yeah.
how I look at YouTube now, right?
At the end of the day, like
in the day, it's right there.
the way I see it always, my channel was an awareness channel at the end of the day, and if it was about it was about showing people where these people are in all sorts of walks of life, and if that means that they're on YouTube as well, and so be it. I'll have that part of it. It's all relevant at the end of the day, and it makes me ask questions because I just think, well, what the hell are all these suspicious people associated with each other? It's just how a fucking operation work. Research stuff.
Speak up a bit. I'm getting old. I can't hear.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Sorry,
No, I was just saying, I've researched proper organisations that deal with this sort of stuff for real, and that's why you can tell these people are not proper, because they're just nothing like the proper organisation. Look how proper organisations run, how it's funded, all this sort of thing. They normally get some sort of government funding, and then they'll get they'll rely on some sort of donations from the public or whatever. But it'll be proper, like you'll see where your donations go and everything. None of these people, no one knows where the money goes, apart from these documentaries. It just speaks for itself, doesn't it, really? If you're serious about following legitimate people, you know straight away if you look at some real legitimate organisations, just by looking at these people, you can tell it's not a proper organisation. There's no transparency. You ask questions, you get called names, trolls, whatever, doxed. Bullshit, man. It's all fake.
Yeah, the good guys, well, like everything in reality, right? We live in a backwards society and a backwards world. The way that I look at it is the people that it should be, like your politicians don't care about your country. The fucking guys on YouTube's bringing you truth. They bring you nothing but distraction and disinformation. Not all, but a whole shit ton. And there's a politician somewhere out there that actually gives a shit about his country. He's never going to make it to prime minister. never going to make it to president. You know, it's like, and even if they start off, even if the creators or the politicians or anything, they start off fucking wanting to do what's right, it's so easy to corrupt a human being. So easy, like fucking, you know, fucking greed, man. It's just all greed, and that's what corrupts people is the everything. But it's like, wow, man, it's like the last 24 hours has just been, you get all the warnings you want about how the nature of the beast on YouTube is, but when you see it firsthand, it's a great lesson. I can sit back and take, like, I'm very grateful for the last 24 hours on YouTube, because it's been a great eye-opener, and it's a learning experience. It's what it's supposed to be about, right? Once we stop learning, we're fucking dead. So
there's always
learning
experience to have had. As anyone that have watched my channel from the beginning when I started 6 months ago will know that I've never ever promoted any of these people, and this is a big reason why. I'm not feeling about a lot of it, but all this latest stuff just proves that I was right not to promote people.
Well, it's like this person in the chat in here saying from the bottom of her heart, fuck off to me, and saying that I'm a problem or whatever. If a fuck off is in the bottom of your heart for everybody, then you're not a good person. I'm gonna tell you, have a nice day. I'm sorry you have an.
Who is it? Who is it?
Lady, what is it? Lady something. Lady Cortels said, Terrace, from the bottom of my heart, fuck off. And y'all know that isn't like me. You are a problem. I'm calling it, mark this day. So I commented back, day is marked. I am the problem. And I said, Freddie, please go ahead and kick me since, you know, I'm the problem or whatever. But I just
missed that, or I would have kicked you.
I was just sitting there thinking that if I'm the problem, what exactly am I, what problem am I causing? You know what I mean? And if from the bottom of your heart, you pull a fuck you out for me and for whoever else, then you really need to check your heart. You need to check your soul, and you need to check your name, hallelujah chorus or whatever on that you know, your two counterparts, the one that I accidentally muted. And I apologize. I didn't really mean to mute somebody. I've never had a wrench to use before. So I got kind of overzealous with my authority there. But the thing is y'all have no reason to be upset with me. I've done nothing to either of you. And if, you know, from the bottom of your heart is a fuck me, then I'm sorry that that's in your heart. And I'm going to tell you, have a nice day. You know what I mean? And hopefully you'll check my work and you'll see that I'm not a bad person. I work every day to try to make the world better. I really do.
Weird fucking reality, isn't it? Sorry, I'm just doing something over here. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Actually, you know, I think we've covered a lot of fucking ground here. And yeah, it's just life is a journey, man. We're learning as we go here, and it's a very strange fucking place. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. I got nothing to add except that I hope that everybody fucking regardless when you flip the fucking screen closed or you turn off your device, I hope you have something better to do, and that's why you're doing this fucking YouTube shit.
Can I say something before?
Yeah, of course.
Before I assume you're going to wrap it up here. I just like to say, you know, the four of us that are in here at the minute talking, we all come from different backgrounds. We're at different ages and different experiences. We all have good qualities about us, and we all have bad qualities. And, you know, none of us are perfect. There's another 33 people watching here, and it's the exact same for all of you. All of you have got good qualities, and all of you have got bad qualities. We've all got a side to us that's pretty crap. Maybe we've got a short temper. Maybe we've got things we don't like. It pushes over the edge, or whatever it is. But it doesn't matter where you go in society. That's always going to be present, no matter who you're talking to and no matter who you're involved with. There's always going to be somebody in the room you don't like, that you don't have a taken to, or maybe they just rub you up the wrong way or whatever. But for us to be able to do anything going forward, you know, you have to set that aside, and you have to kind of look at the the fruits of people's labor, more or less. You know, that's the best way to judge anybody. Sure, I mean, look, I won't go out with a woman with short hair. I just won't do it. I'm not attracted to women with short hair. If I was going out with a girl and she cut her hair, who had long hair, and we're in a serious relationship, and she cuts it off, am I going to freaking dump her because she cuts her hair short just because it wasn't my liking? But when I more likely I would like, but still. The point is, look, we're never going to be perfect. Nobody is ever going to be the perfect image in anybody else's eyes. All you can do is judge the person for their works, what they're putting out there, the fruit of their labour as such. And if they're on the same page as you, then try and stay on that page. Because, gut feelings aren't always right. Intuition isn't always right. I mean, I've been wrong plenty of times, etc. I get a hunch about things. But I will say, look, if everybody's fighting the same fight, you can't pick holes at something that you don't like about somebody. Now, if it's something that they're doing that's absolutely wrong, that's detrimental to everybody else, then fair enough. It needs to be brought forward and it needs to be approached. It can't go ignored. But for what we are now at this minute in time, for what we're all doing, everybody is trying to roll together. And that's all you can do is just try and roll together, try and get out there what we're doing, and don't get caught up because somebody has said something you don't like, or somebody's on the show who you don't like, etc. Just go with the flow. Not everything's going to be to your liking. Not everything has been to my liking. I've sat here quite a few times and not been at all impressed and been really pissed off, actually. But if I was to bring that out there to everybody else, it would be detrimental to what's actually happening going on around me. So I just keep my gob shut and I carry on as if, right, fine, no problem. So that's my message is let's pick in holes and try and fill in some holes.
Sorry, I got a temper. More you get to know me, I'm human too. So sorry for muting Hallelujah. Sorry for snapping on the person that told me to fuck off from the bottom of their heart. But I get a little defensive when I get attacked, and these people that you don't take the time to get to know me, you don't get to take the time to get to know my work, but you have a fuck you from the bottom of your heart. So I got an issue with that. I think that there's something wrong with that, and I'm a little upset about it. So I'm gonna jump off of here. Love you guys, man, and can't wait to do this again.
No worries, Stretch. We'll talk to you later.
Have a good day.
All
OG, take us home.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, YouTube's a mad place, but enjoyed the stream once again. Sorry for saying, just wanted to listen to most of it. I didn't, like I say, I haven't seen that stream from Wake last night, so just wanted to listen to what was going on and stuff like that. I've been looking at the chat for most of it, so yeah, I haven't really got much to say really, apart from sort of, I can't really comment on it because I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to have a look at it, but.
See what happens when you take a day off, OG? You miss all the fucking
man, but I spend all the time, I've got a full-time job. I spend like quite a bit of time lately doing these videos. You just need to get a break from it sometimes,
I was just taking the piss out of you as you
saying over
there. But no, man, it's good. It's always a pleasure having fucking you guys hanging out with me, man. You guys are some of the smartest people I know. Terrace as well.
Vonderloo, we're not trying to cyberstalk anybody. We're not asking anybody to cyberstalk, just to make that clear.
I don't understand.
I don't know. Vonderloo stuck up cyberstalking as a federal crime,
Yeah,
I
you
just
know
tried
what that
yourself.
was about.
my videos. I don't have to look into anyone. Can't really do that over here anyway. I think you've got more access to stuff like that in America, but in the UK, no, you can't really find a lot on people. Just stuff that you find on Google, really. So, don't know what that's all about. Cyber stalking.
I
I'm
don't
not here
know.
for any other reason than to make my videos. People that watched my original channel know what I'm about. Just unfortunate this stuff's had to be covered lately, but how can you not cover it if you find that people know about these Dave Toddashines and stuff? You've got to say about it. Unfortunately, them.
I'm
I think
still I'm still
you
waiting
know,
for Honeybee to release all these pedos and stuff that she was talking about, because she never released any information that wasn't already
that's what
out
Random
there.
Rants
She
of Violence
mentioned,
said, and this is
like,
why
where
these
are these all
questions remain
guys?
unanswered. Do
Sorry,
you know what
OG,
I mean?
go. No, go
So
ahead.
I mean, like,
I'll give you.
that's what Random Rants of Violence said. He was going to name these people, and that's 4 weeks ago now. If you're not going to do these things, don't say them. That's what I'm saying. People want to know now, especially people like us. So, well, who else is there? What other Dave Toddashine is lurking? And they're just not letting it go. So, it's another legit question that needs to be answered. As far as I'm concerned, that's what my channel does. I'm not involved in any of this fucking drama outside of it and whatnot. It's nothing to do with me. I'm asking questions that I want answered at the end of the day, and they're legitimate ones. And that's what my channel is about. It's not about all this outside drama and LARPs and fucking shills and all this shit. I don't even use the word shill or LARP. Just things that don't enter my head. I'm not interested in. I'm just interested in getting to the bottom of questions that I want answered on YouTube, which I think if these people are legit, they should answer. They shouldn't have no trouble answering them either. And that's it for me.
If you guys, well, hold on, I'll see if I can link to Scooby Doom's channel here. Yeah, I can. Somebody just asked for your channel name. I put all the links to the people that come on and stream with me in the
A
comments
fellow
section.
countryman, I believe, or a countrywoman, should I say? I don't know whether they're male or female. But
Yeah, I'll just find my way
someone
back
from
to
back home.
somewhere back in the flat earth. But
We,
yeah, it's all
we,
I appreciate what we've done. I think that I can't believe it fell onto some fucking broken truck driver's shoulders to start speaking truth to these clown actors on YouTube. But that's what it took, and I'm really appreciative of everybody that's helped out and that has, like, even the ones that are going to still make videos on this, because this shit shouldn't go away, guys. This shit should be spread until we finally turn these devices off, because these people are outed as not what they are. They're out as actors and complete and utter clowns, man. Like, if not for us, who the fuck's gonna point this shit out? Because they're not gonna fucking expose each other. They're all in the same freaking group.
I think that anyone that thought when they done stuff like this that they was just going to be able to just do it without anyone doing anything back to them, then I don't know why they do it, because I've had it for ages. I had it on Twitter when I've had fucking loads of people fucking calling me names, quite pedos, shit like that. Like, fucking, it just seems to be like what these people's army of fans do if you question anything that they've done. But at the end of the day, I know that's going to happen, and I still want to do it because there's other people out there like me who research and stuff who would want to be conned into following a fucking Dave Toddashini. Imagine you've been following that guy for a couple of years, donated to him, thought he was legit, and then you found out that shit about him. It's fucking horrible. So by making them vids, I'm helping similar people like myself, for being caught out and being embarrassed by fucking following these clowns, these scumbags. That's honestly what I think.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like, can you imagine if you fucking financially supported Dave T?
It
It's
feels
like
terrible.
that's the problem with these fucking people, is like no one checks into the guys that are giving out information. Everyone, I'm fucking doxxed. People know my whole name. Just got to ask around. Fucking look into me, man. I'm nothing like that guy. This is
there's levels of things you do in your life. There's levels of bad things that you do in your life, and some make mistakes, some make bad mistakes. But fucking hell, well, you make a mistake like that, you're fucking dog shit. And at the end of the day, there's levels to it, and that is just fucking pure sickness. People like that, and they need to be outed. Imagine there's kids in that that watch that shit. Think, oh, this Dave Toddashini, I start looking up to him and stuff, and then years down the line, they find out he's fucking one of them fucking scumbags.
Or worse than that, what if there's ever a meet and greet?
Exactly.
What if you fucking think this guy's legit and you bring your kids and you've trusted him from watching him on years on YouTube? That scenario is fucking. It's not like it's impossible to happen.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what happened to a pedo hunter group over in England. They brought people, they had people in that they've known for a while, and they were helping them, do this whole process that they go through. And the guy ended up freaking homeless for a short period of time. I don't know what the reason was. So they opened up their home to him, and there's a couple of young kids, etc. The husband was there, obviously. There were, a couple was married, etc. But the husband was going to work. He was around the kids, etc. And it turned out the guy was a freaking sex offender. Like, he was on the registry and nobody knew. And he's he's trying to out other people, and absolutely mind blowing.
It's quite interesting.
It just shows you, like, I mean, they are there, they're everywhere. I don't know, maybe if Toto's still here, she can verify, pedophilia and sex offenders and all. It wasn't something that, was a big deal in Northern Ireland. Like, we never had fucking much of this, but see, over the last couple of years, holy crap.
I think a lot of it's been hushed up over the years.
It's just rocketed, so it has. It's crazy.
I think what it is a lot of it's been hushed over the years and hidden up by the establishment stuff. And because of modern technology and people networking on the internet and stuff and being able to look into things a lot more deeper than what they could years ago before you had the internet, I think that's why people are uncovering a lot of it now. Yeah, a lot of it is fucking dramatic stories and that ain't true, but a lot of it is true. And I think that's why you're seeing a big blast of it, mainly because people are trying to, I hate even saying the fucking word now. It seems like just all I've heard for the last couple of years is fucking pedophiles. And, they're in danger of fucking normalising this shit, man, just by talking about it all the time. Even with, just the name of it all the fucking time, people hearing that name. It's, all I hear is the name, and I don't see none of it being cleaned up.
No.
It fucking makes me sick.
Yeah, well, the normalization agenda is definitely a thing. And like someone says in the comments, I think it was Mike, these fucking guys are gaining subs, man. And when they should be fucking, they should be taken out to the town hall or to the town square and shamed, fucking brutally shamed. But they're gaining subs. What the fuck is wrong with this? What's wrong with the world? That alone, man, is just like my mind gets blown. It's fucking bizarre, guys.
That's testament to the fucking times we live in. Do you know what I mean? Where this stuff is fucking going to the radar and that, and people openly talk about it on the internet, and nothing ever gets done about it. It's like, what the fuck? What is the fucking point? All I see is a lot of people just making money off it, and very few legitimate organisations actually out there fucking boots on the ground doing something.
Well, there was a time when you got locked up, and if you were a fucking skinner, which is what this gunk and what Dave are in a term, if you're a skinner, you used to have to be locked away for your own protection. I talk to guys that go up now and they got to go do some time. I'm like, fuck, man, like whatever. And they tell me about it. So I've asked them about it. Well, you ever fucking, what the pedophiles mingle around you? Are they all on PC? And the guys that I've asked have said there's more of them in there than normal people. They're not getting shit kicked in jail. They'll shit kick you if you fucking call them pedos. How much it's not like these guys ain't getting locked up. But you know what the fucking scary thing about what they told me was? is that there's more and more and more. It's fucking out of control, and it's got to change.
Of course, it's out of control. So
It's
in England,
unbelievable. It ain't shrinking.
we've had the prisons in England for years. They have separate fucking prisons for these bastards. So they, you know, it's protecting almost. It's almost like you're protecting custody, but they just have a separate prison altogether built for them. It's just fucking bullshit, man. Their sentences are pathetic. It's just unreal, mate.
I mean, pedophilia is not a new thing. It's been a problem for freaking centuries, all down throughout the ages. The freaking Greeks, the Romans, fucking, it's been rife. In the Middle East, they're still marrying fucking, 8-year-old kids and fucking all that stuff. I mean, it's mind blowing. Sickening. It's discouraging, and if you go and look up the statistics, how many young children actually die during childbirth in these foreign countries, it's fucking horrifying. And there's people will justify that, and they'll try and tell you, they're ready to, if they've had their period and that's it, they're good to go. That's absolutely fucking. I don't know, man. There's nothing good enough to treat you, to harm me. Or I don't know. It just absolutely melts my mind that somebody, who's supposedly a normally rational thinking person could turn around and support something like that, or say, well, that's okay, or well, that's their culture. It just maddens me. So it does maddens me.
What do you think they've done years ago to people like that who rape kids and that? Before they had all these stupid government setups and they made the fucking laws for us. So what do you think they've done to people like that years ago? They probably just fucking hung up trees, fucking whatever they felt necessary to get rid of them.
They were dealt with, weren't they?
Yeah, I think with some things, I know we've got a bit lax with the laws over the years with human rights, and they've stopped fucking hangings and like death sentences and all that shit. I think in America they've still got their lethal injection in some places, and but they're sort of going on in the name of human rights and stuff. But I mean, some things you've got to fucking tackle head on. You've got to get rid of it, and I believe that's one of them. Because if you let something like that get out of control, I mean, fucking every kid on the planet fucking potential risk, It's fucking scary.
I don't know about the pedo psyop, but I mean there's without doubt a large proportion of people working in unity together to get the age of consent down. I don't imagine they'll try and get it down with down to a freaking 8-year-old in one go, right? But I mean it's sitting at 16 at this time in most states. In America, I think it's 16 in the UK or 17. I'm not sure, but it'll start with getting it down to like 14, and then in another lot of years' time, they'll get it down to 12, and that's what it's all about. It's about these people being able to live in a society where they can go out with their 12-year-old girlfriend. Honestly, it's fucking horrifying just even saying that out loud. But that's what the aim is. That's what they're going for.
Yeah, obviously,
it's definitely not a psyop. This is happening now, like.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously, exactly the same thing. On a few occasions, I believe that's what it's heading to.
Yeah.
Fucking scary.
I tell you, what even worse. There's fucking some churches, behind all this too, supporting this crap.
A lot of it's to do with religions, isn't it? There's so many religions that actually have all this shit fucking going on in their religions. Like say, you've got the Jewish Talmud thing, you've got the Muslim thing, you've got the fucking the Vatican, all that shit, fucking Catholic priests. I mean, it's fucking everywhere, man. It's such a sad thing to actually have to admit to. It is fucking everywhere. That's the state of the times we live in at the end of the day. No matter what anyone wants to say about it. Whoever they want to blame, it's just a state of the fucking planet, isn't it? It's what
Do you know what really irks me? You know what really pisses me off? who cares just said, there's laws in place that they don't even enforce. And you're right, there is laws in place that don't enforce. But you see the first time you make a racist comment to somebody, a so-called hate speech, man alive, you're getting a book thrown at you.
You've got to think, with politics, yes, Scoop, right? The other side, right? Sometimes, for instance, say if they get a fucking hung parliament on a voting thing, and they have to team up with another side, there's going to be things that they have to allow, and they will allow other people to have things as well. They will let the Liberals do things as well because they want to. They want to fucking have some interaction with them or whatever, or want them on their side for some other thing. So they'll allow them to have things, and them things just so happen to be like with the left wing sort of thing. Their voter basis is foreign people, isn't it? Like you'll have like the Muslim voter base. They normally get the blacks as well. They'll get like all the other sort of like immigrants and other little populations and whatnot. And then you've got the right, the fucking Tories or whatever, or the Conservatives or whatever. There's Americans class as the right wing, aren't they? They're like the people who are what do you call it when you're for your own country? Nationalist, yes. They'll go, oh, like they're nationalists. They'll go, oh, they're right wing, they're racist. So it's like that's how they keep all the foreigners in their little voting bases and voting for them. Now, all this sort of thing, they've got to appease them foreigners somehow. Them little pockets of like Muslims or whatever, they've got to appease them to keep them voting for them. So they'll allow things like, oh, you can't call them, you can't say bacon jokes or just whatever, for instance, just something ridiculous, and they'll call it hate speech, and you're not allowed to be able to say that, or your boys are racist, or so that stuff's all just political shit that's allowed to happen for whatever reasons, whether it's the party that's in control at the time allows them people to make that law come in, so in case they need their help on something else in the future, or I don't know how it all happens, but that is all political, that racism shit. That's not actually what really happens in real life. Most people ain't racist in real life, but politics will make people believe that everyone's fucking racist. Don't go near them, they don't like blacks, or don't go near them, they hate the Jews, or do you know what I mean? Anti-Semitism, fucking Muslims. You hear this shit all the time, and I think it's another thing to keep people divided as well. Because if you can say that everyone's racist against each other, no one likes each other, then it keeps everyone well divided, doesn't it? Politics is a dirty game today.
Mm-hmm. Well, I need to go do stuff. So, oh, shit, I didn't. I'm sorry, man. It's hard for me to fucking not step on people. But I do have shit to do today, and I think we've covered enough ground. And yeah, I'm not even gonna say get out of my living room because I'm just chilling out on my bed right now, and I want to get a shower, change, and get out of the world.
A question for you, Freddie, before you go. Did you clear out the
Discord? Oh yeah, I'm gonna shut the fucking thing down. I've had it with Discord.
But did you actually clear it out?
Oh yeah, I've been kicking people since we started streaming.
Oh, okay. I was just curious because it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, no offense to anybody that's still in the Discord, but I'm gonna shut that down and just kind of network with a few creators and stuff like that. And it's just because the very name Discord, I've always hated them just because they're another place to bitch whine, and it don't matter. I only started it to do live streams, and yeah, fuck Discords, man. They're just another time wasting data mine that's it's good for nothing, right? It's good for nothing.
Yeah, I don't really use it that much anyway, so I'm not fussed.
Anyways, guys, I appreciate all the work and help that you've done and have given me, and I respect everybody that I fucking respect. Unfortunately, they come and they go into our lives, like they come into our cyber lives, and things are constantly changing. But charging for truth and shit like that, and protecting fucking these monsters on YouTube. Whoever's doing that, man, you see any of these pricks kicking around the internet, you all got voices say, hey, aren't you that fucking pedo truther? Aren't you that groomer truther? Aren't you that pedo apologist truther? Because that's what we've done. That's what we've done in the last fucking month and a half, is shed a little bit of light into some very dark corners of YouTube. And it is what it is. I am proud of what I've done. and fuck the world, right? We're all on our different freaking trajectories. So do what you guys want, man. Make channels, don't make channels. Comment, don't comment. I can't control or anything about anything past my own freaking reach. And it's just wow, man. YouTube's a trip. I'm just going to keep smoking my weed and enjoying my time away from here and enjoying about 90% of my time on here. But eventually, my last stream is going to be really loud and there's going to be shit breaking because it's one day coming. It's going to be time to destroy these fucking devices. This is just another form of enslavement. Um, a lot of guys do a lot of good work, and I'm just not capable of doing it. I will just comment on the bullshit I see because I'm good at that. And everyone take care, man. I'm proud of everybody, and I'm proud of the chat. A lot of good people out there, and a lot of fucking snakes in the weeds too. But yeah, much love to everybody. Go enjoy your lives.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for having us on, Freddie. And I've quite enjoyed the live chat as well. So yeah, good night to all you lot as well. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon, Freddie. And speak to you soon, Scooby, as well.
Yeah, you too, mate. Have a good one.
Hey,
No
just stay
worries.
on the line here. I'll stop the broadcast and I'll say goodbye to you in private as well. Okay,
Okay,
see you
talk.
guys. See you next time. Broadcast is now over.